Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel RF Design Basics. In this video, we are going to learn how to plot dispersion diagram of any periodic structure. So I'll be making this video in two parts. The first part will be the simulation setup for the plotting dispersion diagram, and in the second part we will be extracting all the values from here and will be plotting the dispersion diagram. So let us begin the first part, in which we have to design a unit cell, and we will put a boundary condition in such a way it will behave as a periodic structure. So for that, let us insert the HFSS design first. So I have inserted the HFSS design here. Now we have to make sure that it is in the eigen mode. So for that, you can go to the HFSS solution type, and here this is in driven model as of now. So change it to eigen mode and then click OK. So we are going to do eigen mode analysis of this periodic structure. So let's begin with taking ground. This will be kind of mushroom type structure, and in that we will first take the ground. So for ground, we will draw a rectangle and take the value as 5 cross 5 mm ground. So value will be 5 cross 5. So if I take center as the 0 0 0, then it will be minus 2.5 comma minus 2.5 comma 0, and then x size will be 5, y size will be 5. Click OK. So this is our ground. Bring it into the window. Next, draw a box over here. So box size is going to be same. Only difference is the height will be different. So position is same. Height is 1.27, which is dielectric material height. Here we are going to use RT derived 6010 dielectric material. So I have taken height as 1.27. Now again we will bring this into the window. Now let's take the top patch, and for top patch we have to draw a rectangle on the top and then change the dimension. This is the top patch. So dimension will be minus 2.4 comma minus 2.4 comma 1.27. X size will be 4.8 and y size will be also 4.8. So we have taken 0.1 mm clearance from all the side. So that clearance, if you want to see, just name it as patch, that is the top portion, and put the color. We can also see the bottom one. Bottom one is rectangle 1, and the name is ground, and we can put color as some green color here, which will say that this is ground. So we can see here there is a clearance of 0.1 mm from all the side. So now when we are going to put a boundary from all the four sides of this square, then this square will be, this entire structure will be replicated in an infinite manner with periodic boundary. It's just like someone is sitting and all the four sides of that person, there are mirrors. Then it will look like infinite number of images there. So same way in HFSS we take periodic boundary condition, and for that we have to apply master and slave boundary. So let's put this material as RT derived 6010. So we have 6010 is here. the dielectric constant is 10.2. Okay, we can say this is nothing but substrate. For our future reference, we are keep on renaming this, so that whenever we want to change any data or something, we can look into the name and then we can change it. Now these are the unassigned sheet. So since I have taken sheet, we cannot assign any material here. We don't have any option of assign material because it's just a thin sheet without any thickness. So to have the same property of a copper or conducting material, we just assign boundary as the perfect E. So this is perfect E. Then same way we will apply the boundary condition for the second conductor, that is patch, assign boundary perfect E. So this everything is assigned, there is no unassigned material here. Now next part is to have this as a mushroom type structure, and for that we need to make a hole through the middle of this structure, and after creating hole we will insert the wires. So for creating hole, what we have to do is we have to take a cylinder at the center. So this is center, and we'll put height of this cylinder, and then we will edit here. So here we have cylinder, so we are going to edit this center position as 0 0 0. Radius for this I am taking as 0.12. Height obviously it will be 1.27 because that is the height of substrate. So now it is inserted. If I click on this, you can see here this is the cylinder. So first of all, this cylinder need to be cut from this structure, and after that same size cylinder need to be inserted. So I'll just make a copy of this cylinder here by taking Ctrl C and Ctrl V. So I have copied and pasted the same cylinder, cylinder 1 and cylinder 2. Cylinder 1 will be removed from the substrate and cylinder 2 will be assigned as the copper. Okay, so let us remove this cylinder 1 from the substrate. So we have this substrate. First select this substrate, then press Ctrl and cylinder. So these two will be selected together, and here you can see there will be unite and subtract. This will be highlighted. So we want to subtract. Click on that. Left side we have substrate, right side we have cylinder 1. So that is the correct position. We have to do substrate minus cylinder 1. So click OK. So we have just removed this, and now the cylinder 2 is there. So in the empty place we have cylinder 2. Now this should be of material copper. So right click, assign material as copper. It's copper, click OK. Now we are going to assign the boundary condition for this. For that we have to take at least 6 times the height of substrate, which is 1.27 multiplied by 6. So it will be around 10 mm. Okay, minimum 6 times should be there. Let us take the box and insert this design into the box. So to draw this box, we'll go this way, and here we have box. We can say this as red box 1. I'll put red box 1 because again we have to put another radiation box. So this is radiation box 1, and the values are, this is correct, height only we have to change 6 times 1.27 into 6. So at least we have to take 8 to 9 mm. So I am just taking 10 mm here, 10 mm, and click OK. So you have this box. Now this box is going to be air box, so double click and change it to air. This is air. On top of this we have to assign a PML. So for that, let us select the face. So select the top face and now assign PML, that is perfect match layer, because we are going to use this as sending the power from the top. So there will be some reflection from the structure and that should be absorbed by this again. So there should not be second reflection from the source. That's why we make this as a perfect match layer. Click on that and here it is automatically taking uniform layer thickness 2.5. We need to remember that 2.5 mm because this will be added with the 10 mm. So 2.5 mm is the default value. And next, PML minimum frequency, just we'll put 1 gigahertz and click next. Next. So this is how the PML wizard has created the PML perfect match layer on top of our radiation box. Now we are going to have another radiation box of the same size. So for that, again we will draw the radiation box. Now we have to take off this size. Yeah, so it will be around 12.5. I hope directly the value is taken here. Yeah, 12.5. So you don't have to change anything. Same size of the previous radiation box, only thing is height is changed from 10 to 12.5. And this also should be air. Assign material and should be air. Okay. Also we can make these radiation box transparent, red box outer. Make it transparent. For that, here we will go to transparent and change it to 0.9. The another one is also there, radiation box 1. For this also we'll make transparent so that we can look into the inside of structure. So now you can see the structure inside. Now we are going to assign the master and celeb boundary. For that we have to select the face one by one. So in this case I have selected which face? This is XZ face. Okay. So in this XZ face we are going to place the boundary and right click on this and assign boundary, and then let's place master here and it is called master 1 and we will name it as MY because it is on XZ surface, and U vector we are going to define which is in the X direction, positive X direction. So we'll start from here and go to the positive X direction. Now we'll see the V direction. V direction is downward, so we'll just revert it and make it in the upward direction. So this is how MY is done. Then we'll go to the opposite side of this and where we will make the slave boundary. So select this and right click, assign boundary, slave, and this slave will be called as SY. Master boundary we are going to select is MY, and U vector will be again in the same direction, positive X direction. So let us define that. It will be in positive X direction. So in positive x direction, automatically v is in the upward direction, so we don't have to make any change to that. If it is coming down, then only we'll reverse the direction. In this case, no need of that. Then next, input phase delay, let's take this as py, and this py, let's take this as 180 degree. Okay, we have to take px as 0 degree, py as 180 degree. So I have taken py as 180 degree. Click OK. Now remaining two sides we have to make boundary condition. So we will select this one in the YZ phase and place u vector in the direction of y. So for that, right click, assign boundary, master. This will be called as mx boundary because it is on YZ plane, so it is facing x direction. So this boundary name is mx. We'll define the u vector from the negative y to positive y. We don't have to do any reverse direction for v because already it is in the proper direction. Click OK. Now go to the back side. So this is the back side and select it. I selected it and right click, boundary, slave. Here this name will be sx, and for this we are going to select mx boundary and define the u vector. U vector will be in the same direction of u vector in the other side. So you can see the u vector is in this direction and automatically v is reverse so that it will be in the proper direction. Click on next and put input phase delay as px, which we can write this as 0 degree. So this is 0 degree. Click OK. So our boundary condition is done. Now I will validate the design. We are missing the analysis setup, so let's make the analysis setup now. For that, go to the analysis, right click, add solution setup, minimum frequency, just I am taking 1, number of passes. I am leaving this setup as it is and clicking OK. And clear the message and again click on validate. So now you can see everything is validated except the boundaries and excitation, and this is nothing but it's just a warning. So warning is just, it is saying that PML radiation box is contained by object rad box outer. So obviously I have put that way. So outer radiation box, which is just air, is containing this PML radiation box. That means PML radiation box is inside the outer box. So that is okay. This is not an error, it's just warning. So after this we have to go to the optimetrics, right click here and add the parametric analysis. So here we will add, first of all we'll take px and in the linear step of let's say 15 degree, 0 to 180 degree, 15 degree I am taking this. Okay, and in the last you have save field and copy geometrical message. We both tick both of them and click OK. That is the first one, optimetrics. This is basically, if you are aware of dispersion diagram, you have gamma, x, m, gamma. So this gives from gamma to x. Similarly, if I make another optimetrics and add this parametric analysis, In this we will change py from 0 to 180 degree with a step size of 15. Then we'll call this as, same thing we'll do in the option, and this will be x to m. So I'll name this as x to m, and in the last one that movement will be from m to gamma. So optimetrics, add parametric, add, here both values we are going to take from 0 to 180 degree with a step size of 15 degree. This is py, then px also same step, click OK, and we will sync both of them. So this is synced. If you click on sync, both of them will be synced. And options, tick both the options here. Okay, and name this setup as m to gamma. Also we can, for our reference, we can put serial number also, 1, that is the first thing it will do. Then it will go to x to m, so this is 2, and then it will go from m to gamma, so this we can name as 3. So after doing all these things, we just have to save it. So I am saving this as a dispersion diagram, and then we will simulate it. So once we simulate it, it will start simulating on all the points whatever we have taken. In next part of video, I will take the simulated data and plot using some graph plotting software, and I will show you how to plot the dispersion diagram. Thank you. Please watch part 2 of this video.